did wrong here too?
You didn't do wrong.
Okay.
It just says, yeah, by statute, you didn't have to go, it was up to the protester to provide.
Just myself.
Now, you can, and you did, obviously.
You went above and beyond.
You
Right,
absolutely did.
exactly.
Clear air. Now they tell me.
I'd hold out for a commendation.
There you go.
Compensation, that's
Oh, yeah, I pronounced that wrong.
compensation.
Because Kurt and I were like.
Right, and that's right.
All right, the owl
Are we
is
ready?
up and running.
Are you on? There's a problem, I see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be.
I think that's why mine's slow loading. Is the internet down?
Man, the computers are really slow today, really bad.
Because mine's thinking about,
Well, that's because you're on a windy road.
Nick, would you be here if you didn't work?
We're having a problem with the dispatchers at night because when they,
Probably.
there's a 4-second delay in something in their office,
Probably
that
would.
shuts off all my computers. I mean, they just, everything, well, you
Right,
know, 4
yeah.
seconds
Is that what
and
you're
break
having
the
problems
circuit,
with?
that's
Yeah.
it.
I've never been through this, so.
No.
I mean, maybe they've all been through it, I don't know.
I can't get mine.
What's it not finding for you?
Yeah, and I hit the wrong button, I think.
is the internet working for you?
It's the recording part when
Oh, Jesus.
my help this doesn't take forever.
Did you break Facebook?
Whole thing came
Is
crashing
that,
down.
is that the only way that Al works, is through Facebook?
No, you could do Zoom or,
Oh, really? Facebook's just the easier way.
it's free.
Oh, there you go.
Guess that's
Tail
it.
damage,
Never even thought about
that's
it.
it.
I know, they don't say what.
Yeah.
I know, is there some way I can get this, oh, they're on the way.
There we go.
My new laptop's here, but they came Thursday, and
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm
Nah.
not gonna come back.
Right.
With a whole new,
Yeah, exactly, I hear ya.
You guys used to have laptops, or not laptops, iPads?
Laptop.
they used to
Yeah.
have iPads, now they have laptops.
You have a meeting tonight?
Is there a meeting tonight?
No, VFW is.
Oh. Depends on how I feel.
I'll be late. And we got football practice till 7 and then 5 to 7. And that's like herding cats. We got one first grader and like 3 sixth graders. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I bet.
It's fun though.
Making it work now, are we?
No,
No?
technology is so much fun.
Sorry. We'll be with you directly, Ann. We'll be with you directly.
That's okay, if I'm sitting here, I don't have to be in the office.
Just remember, our little thing is still on.
Oh, who cares?
That's it.
I'm leaving,
That's it.
sooner or later,
I like it.
sooner or later.
I like it.
I will be honest, though, I probably would have never known about this if I didn't work.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Actually, Cal's the one that told me.
I've had some people wanting to file today.
Oh.
Because
Little
they
bit
seen-
late.
Because they seen it in the newspaper?
Well, they saw that the board approved an extension.
Mm.
They didn't read the rest of it.
Nah.
We did.
Is this the only day you're doing this? I didn't know if they had like.
Well, they had to be filed by the 15th.
Oh.
So, and we had till the 25th, and then we could file for an extension by resolution, which we did. What happened, Kelly?
It's,
Kurt's not even coming to represent his property?
it's thinking.
There is a Bulger in there on that list.
That's his dad.
That's his
That's
dad.
his dad?
Yeah. But I think it's Kurt's house. It's Kurt's, he's got his, I think it's Kurt's house where he lives, the farm ground and all that.
The
His house.
bins are gone.
Yeah, bins, pivots. I was at the church at 12:30 that night and watched the tornado and ran home and, normally I like storms. That one was kinda scary.
Haha.
Aren't they fun?
I'm waiting.
Okay, when I hit this, then it just goes back to.
Time you supposed to start?
10 o'clock.
I'm trying to get the
We need to record though.
recorded, and the computer went.
I think Jansen's down in my office,
Oh,
cause
the
mine,
recorder went down.
Mhm.
Ah.
You're live.
Yes.
We are live.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can see
the
it.
owl is running.
it worked this morning, didn't it?
Just saying, I
It did.
noticed that. If you look at that thing, it looks like an owl. He's looking right at me.
I just pulled it up on Facebook. My mug shot was right there, so.
That's because it hones in on who's talking.
God, I love technology.
Do we don't know the IP address of the,
Jansen probably does.
could maybe use it, one of these other computers for the recording possibly.
I could use, no, doesn't it all set up on those?
It was. Not sure if it still is.
Kelly, if Facebook is recording it, can we use that?
Yeah, if I can get it down to
I think Jansen's down in my office.
Pardon the mess. See,
See if he's in there. Thank you.
You have so much help.
There it is.
So it might, well, I think we have to be connected. Did we
Yes.
have that little dongle thing you put in this drawer?
Put it in the
It's
drawer
in the
over
drawer,
here.
yeah. Do you want me to just move?
What I don't
We're gonna take
know-
your computer.
Can you just shut that down?
That looks good. It's all on.
right now, try, see,
Don't need the HDMI cord.
but it will, yeah, it won't put it up there. Oh, yeah, you'll have to use this from here.
How's Kelly?
Okay.
Recording.
We are finally live. Thanks for patience, everybody, and welcome everybody to the Board of Equalization meeting for July 26th. Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Present?
Holger, Osberger,
Present.
Sykes,
Present.
Overmeyer.
Present. Proof of publication was in the News Times, July 21st. It was also on our website. Open meetings law is posted on the south side of our chambers. It is also on the outside of our chambers on the wall, is also on the website. We need to review and approve the minutes of the July 12th Board of Equalization meeting.
So move.
Thank you. Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Osberger,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
and Overmeyer.
Yes, adopt today's agenda.
Yep, thank you.
I would move to adopt today's agenda, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Osberger,
Yes.
Hogan, Overmeyer.
Yes. Okay, today we are to discuss and act on destroyed real property. It's a Form 425 that the state has. Everybody that experienced real property damage, not caused by themselves, but by a calamity, from January 1 to July 1 of this year, had the opportunity to fill out the Form 425, turn it into the either, I believe, to the clerk or the assessor. They had till July 15th to do it. We as a board had till July 25th to act on them. If we did not act on them at that point in time, we could extend that time to August 10th through resolution, which we did at the last Board of Equalization meeting. That is just being said for the record. So, other than the one participant, do we know of anybody else who is showing up
No.
today? Okay, so we could actually take the one person
we
that's here
can.
right now and do that unless he, well, he's more than welcome to stay
First of
the whole
all,
time through, but go ahead.
I want to make it as a statement. We are doing damaged and destroyed property. Now, this is on the assessed value of the property, not
Yes.
replacement cost new for insurance. This is not the insurance claim. This would be an adjustment to the real estate value. All right, now, I myself had a hard time deciding what was damaged and what was destroyed. What is the difference? How much damage does there have to be? If a house is damaged on the outside, their hailstones went through the siding, it made holes in their shingles, but did it go through the roof and did it go through the wall? No. So, a lot of these houses have a lot of damage on the outside, but none on the inside. So what ratio is that to the assessed value of the property? The roof and the siding versus the house as a whole? I tried to determine a square foot value for roof, a square foot value for siding, but there's all these other things that get into a roof. There's tar paper underneath the roof, there's the caps, there's all kinds of things. So I determined for everybody that filed that if the damage was enough to see, broken windows, siding, whatever, I should give them their 20% adjustment. Some of these houses did not warrant an adjustment because they did not have that much damage. Destroyed is pretty easy to take care of because if it's destroyed, it's gone. But damaged is really hard. I called 2 or 3 different county assessors. They all did it different, which is what happens when you have 93 counties.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to explain that this is an adjustment on the value for assessment for taxes, not on the value for replacement cost new. which is what your insurance company is supposed to be
Right.
doing. So these are not insurance claims, this is an adjustment on value. So let's go
Now,
to,
now, Ann, just to
Okay.
ask a question
Yes.
then. So as we have a claim, and if they're awarded a 20%, loss, or
Yeah.
however we're gonna do it in assessment, then are these highlighted to look right away next year to see
They
if that
will.
was fixed?
they will, yes, this file will be maintained in the county assessor's office, and the new assessor, when he comes in, will have this file then to go through and determine the value for 2023.
Okay.
And most all of these will be fixed, well, unless there's broken windows, and I understand windows are not coming in that fast. Garage doors, I have some garage doors that are damaged. So if it's finished by January 1st, it goes back on the tax roll.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
let me
first one
find-
up is
Mr.
Nick Wallenberg. Nick, do you plan on testifying?
No?
Okay. If you
I just hope
do,
my house gets fixed by January 1st.
if you do, come to the mic and we'll swear you in.
Nope.
Okay. Here's the pictures. And you can see damage, broken windows, damage. Now, steel buildings, I'm sorry, steel buildings are a steel building. You might have a couple puckers. But do you have a hole in your roof? Did it go clear the steel, through the, I didn't see any where it went clear through the steel siding.
Nope, I didn't take any pictures.
Okay.
I did have damage to one a tree fell on, but
Well,
it's
yeah.
very
Okay.
minimal, it's nothing, I won't say.
Here are the pictures for that house. So he had hail damage to the house, outbuildings, trees and fields. Well, we don't allow for trees and fields landscaping. Fences are not assessed. And some of these items that are being claimed had no value or very little value to begin with. So there's not going to be much of a deduction in the taxable value.
Right.
So if on the form it says 260 for the land, of course the land didn't change. The value changed from $215,040 to $188,603. That would have been 20% on the house and no change on the outbuildings.
Okay. And that is your recommendation?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Gentlemen? Okay. We will take these, each
So
individually.
that's about $25,000.
Chairman, I make a motion to approve the recommendation of the county assessor on Nicole Holmberg.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Bill and Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Osberger.
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Milburn.
Yes. Okay, and we'll just go to the top of the list as
that's
you
fine.
have it written.
Yeah, I've got it ready.
Mr. Kaufman?
Mr. Kaufman filed a protest on it's not a protest, damaged and destroyed property on 904 North Florida, the Lot 7 in the south 18 feet of Lot 8, Block 6, College Edition, City of York. He had damage to his house, hails on the front of the house, broken windows in the front, gutters were dented and damaged, roof, of course, was damaged. The garage had roof damage and siding damage and gutter damage. So I gave him a 20% deduction, which changed his value from $93,844 to $77,641.
Okay,
That would be 20% on the house and the garage.
okay. Any questions of the assessor?
And, based on your review, that would be your recommendation on that one as well?
20%, yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chairman, I would move that we take the, assessor's recommendation.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks.
Yes.
Osberger.
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Milburn. Milburn.
Yes. Okay, next one up is Martin Barrett.
Martin Barrett is 1406 Kennedy Drive, and it's Lot 9, Block 2, East Lawn Plaza, City of York. He had roof siding, downspouts, deck rail, windows, etc. Okay, now, he had a small broken window on the one side of his house. He had siding damage. He had gutter damage. He had roof damage. So here again is a 20% adjustment, which changes his value from 166,663 to 134,432. And that would be my recommendation.
Okay, thank you.
Move to approve the assessors.
Second.
Thank you, guys. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Some of the damage is
Yes.
pretty hard to
Yes.
see.
Brooks,
Sure, yes.
Hoagland,
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are in order, but these don't have this.
Right.
These
Gary
are the
Garrison?
same. Yep,
Oh.
next one up, Gary Garrison.
Okay, here's some pictures of his damage. There's damage to his fence, his roof, his siding, a broken window, and another broken window. Here again, he has a large steel building, which is more value than his house. But there was no damage that I could see to the steel building. So I would recommend that we give 20% on the house and 20% on the big building, which makes it 5344. The actual value was 64,854, so we're changing it about $9,000.
And, you said there was one building that did have damage and one
Yes,
building that did
yes,
not.
right.
Okay.
That's correct.
I would.
And that's the way the storms are.
Right, yep, exactly. I would move that we take the assessor's recommendation.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Melford,
Yes.
Hoagland, Hoagland.
Did you
Yes.
look at some of these? This is Max Peterson.
Max Peterson had 3 properties.
Yep. On the first one, his house, roof, soffits, gutters, 2 machine sheds, garage door siding, grain bin, fencing, 6 storage sheds on the south of the property. Okay, we'll start at the end. The 6 storage buildings have no assessed value, so they're
Okay.
not anything. Fencing is a personal property element, so it's not assessed. We do have 1 grain bin that was destroyed, and we are taking that one off. The garage doors to the house, I didn't see that much damage. Roof damage, machine sheds took a lot of damage. He's got to replace 2 4 doors, and he told me they were $52,700 a piece. Well, if they're that high, I'm not getting enough value on my ag buildings. One building had some roof damage, lifted up a piece of roof and tore it off. And the house had some damage, not to the siding because it's brick, but to the roof line. Looks to me like the wind might have got up close to the shingles and started to pick them up. But I'm giving him 20% on the house. Machine shed number 3, he has 3 machine sheds. And machine shed 3 had 50% damage, or 56,000. 1 grain bin is gone, but it only had a value of 1,242.
Okay.
And the machine shed number 2 had 25% damage. So all in all, his value went, of course, he's got a lot of land, $1,272,600 to $1,161,173.
Just over 100,000.
Hmm?
Just over 100,000
Yeah.
went down. Okay. And that was,
That was.
he had 3, but
Yes, right.
that's his as total.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's all 3 of them? Or just the
that's
house?
just the one.
Okay, perfect.
The other two were grain bins. They had no value to begin with, so there's no value to be taken off.
Okay.
So this is the only one that he had any value on to adjust.
Okay,
Motion to approve the assessor's recommendation.
thank you, Bill.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mossberger,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Colburn,
Can I have my folder back?
No,
Hey.
no, you can't have it.
Well, I have to keep them just in case, you know.
Okay, so now we're on to Steve Sampson.
Steve Sampson had a lot of damage on his new house. He has a stone front, so there wasn't too much damage to the front except for a
Okay.
couple broken windows. The roof had quite a lot of damage. There was no damage to the other three sides of the house. They were all, his house sits at an angle, so he didn't have as much damage as he might have had. So I would like to give him 20% on the house, which is $72,081. So that changes his value to $288,327.
Okay. Any questions, Van?
Move to accept the assessor's recommendation?
Second.
Thank you, guys. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Mossberger,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Colburn, Colburn.
Yes. Marlon Rempel.
Marlon Rempel had a little garage beside a Quonset. Well, it wasn't a little garage, I mean, it was a garage. And it blew it up, is what he said. But when I got there to take a picture, there was nothing there, so evidently it's gone. So that removes the improvement value on the property. That changes his value then from, and it's just land value now at 13, oh, I wrote a wrong number, sorry. At 13,759.81.
So what got deducted was the $7,086.
Just the $7,086 for the
Okay.
barn, or for the garage.
Okay. Any other questions, Van?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Bill.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mossberger,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Colburn, Colburn.
Yes. On to Dustin Chrisman's four
Dustin
properties.
Chrisman had a large claim that he couldn't claim. He lost $873,000 worth of pheasants.
Okay.
But of course,
Mhm.
that's not anything we can.
Nope.
But he did have damage on his house. He has three properties. One is his hatchery, which is across the road from where he lives, would be in section 1092. And he had hail damage, but they're steel buildings, so the damage wasn't sufficient, so there is no adjustment on that parcel. The house, he bought a house from Larry Bloom's estate, and he has a couple of chicken buildings. They're not chicken buildings, he's got chuckers in them, whatever they are.
Okay.
What's a chucker? Is that a
Yes.
pheasant? No,
It's
that's a partridge.
It's a bird, yes.
Well, whatever. He's got two of those there, but there wasn't any damage that we could determine, so there would be no adjustment on that one.
Okay.
Now we go over to where his farm buildings are. He lost two grain bins. Let's see, I have them here. One was worth $1,725. The other one was worth $3,066.
Okay.
So his value went from $1049,827 to $1045,036.
Okay. And then the fourth one,
the
there
other
was
two,
nothing
yeah,
also.
right.
So all we need to do is act on the
Yeah.
one.
The other one was his house alone. His house is separate from his farm buildings, and it didn't have any damage.
Okay.
So which one are you, which property? are
This
you-
would be property ID 093-000-8855.
Everything was full of birds, they were plucking away. I guess they didn't collect, but they were down.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Bill.
Second,
Thank you, Daniel. Any other discussion?
I guess, we're approving the recommendations of adjusting the one
Correct.
property.
Right, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Roll call, please.
Osborne.
Yes.
Rhodes.
Yes,
Sykes.
Yes,
Hoagland. Omenauer.
Yes. I'm wondering if on the other ones, like with Mr. Peterson, if we need to, because they were a protest that was filed, if we need to at the end, go ahead and
Oh, you can't, sure, you can.
we
Deny
can keep
the
track of
ones.
them, yeah, deny them, because they were a protest that was filed. So
Okay.
we'll have 2 for Mr. Peterson
Yeah.
and 3 for Mr. Chrisman.
You're gonna just do Christmas now,
We can. So we'd have three protests.
then? That you're going to deny.
Well, we'll take a motion to deny.
so we'll make a motion to deny, do you want them separate or deny the 2 properties that had no,
We got 3 on Christmas
Okay.
that
That we-
are, yes, let's see, are those the right numbers?
Yeah.
Property ID 093-000-8464. Property number 093-000-9312. And property ID number 093-000-8456 would all be
Right.
denied for no damage.
correct. So make a motion to deny those property IDs
Thank
where
you.
no damage was accessible.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Bill. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes.
Yes,
Osborne.
Yes.
Sykes.
yes.
Hoagland. Omenauer.
Yes, and then we'll go back to,
yeah, you wanna go back and
do you have Peterson's
I
in front of
don't
you?
have
I'd
it,
have to
but I
go
can get it
back and
quick.
find it.
Over here.
Which 2 are on there?
I think was the house. Just looks up on there. The house, the one with the house, this
yeah,
one
so
here, they
property IDs.
accepted.
So you got the one we accepted, yes. Okay, so motion to deny, on property ID 09300-28775 and 093-018-7725, where there was no assessed value.
Thank you, Daniel. I'll second it. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes.
Yes.
Omenauer.
Yes.
Osborne.
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes,
Hoagland.
Okay, on to another Mr. Crispin, Mr. Kent Crispin.
This Mr. Kent Chrisman, actually it's Chrisman Equipment Incorporated. Kent Chrisman is president. And if you'll see there, I sent the aerial photo which shows
Yep.
which buildings were damaged, and there's the pictures of the house, the bins and the machine shed. So Mr. Chrisman had considerable loss there, 50% on the house, bins and buildings, various bins and buildings, 51,863. So that would change his value from, and that's total, that's a loss, a damage, not that's a destruction, not a damage.
Okay,
So 20% on the house and all of the buildings and bins, 51,863. So that makes his value change from 415,069 to 303,303.
So the house was 50%,
Yes,
and then the buildings was the 51,000.
all the windows were broken in the front.
Okay.
Motion to accept the assessor's recommendation?
Second?
Thank you, gentlemen. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Hoagland, Omenauer.
Yes. Okay, on to the next, Angela F. O'Brien.
Angela O'Brien is the administrator for the Danny Hall estate. And they lost a bin and house damage, 20% on the house. The west side of the house was dented and the windows were broken and the roof was damaged and the bin was dented and will not be replaced. I mean caved in on the
Okay.
side. So that changes its value from 1,157,040 to 1,141,375.
20% on the house and one bin.
Motion to.
The bin only
approve-
had a value of $35.89.
Okay,
Motion to approve the assessor's
thank you,
value.
Jay.
Second?
Thanks, Bill. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Hoagland, Omenauer.
Yes. Now we are on to Philip R. Hall.
This is Philip Hall. Actually, that's Danny Hall. Philip Hall lost, a garage was picked up and moved. Philip Hall is the trust for Roland Hall.
Okay,
And he lost a grain bin, the garage was picked up and moved, broken windows on his house and his site.
these pictures all have the same theme.
They do. One thing I learned in this little tour of damaged and destroyed property is the newer buildings go faster than the older buildings.
Mhm.
So we had a total of $896,239.
Now we're down
that
to
went-
881,722.
Okay, thank you.
Got it.
Gentlemen,
Motion to approve the recommendation of the assessor.
thank you,
Second?
thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Osborne,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes,
Okay, this is,
Yes.
Omenauer.
this is MDK Farms,
Okay,
and there are two claims for MDK Farms. One is on Irregular Tract 1, which is the house where Abby Cleaver lives. The house was damaged to the point where it's now uninhabitable. And it looks to me, when you look at the pictures, is that part of the house moved. If you look at the window up that's on the roof line, it's sitting at an angle.
sure.
And she's no longer allowed to live there. She's renting a house from Epworth Village in Henderson. No, from Grace Children's Home in Henderson.
Okay,
Her previous value was $182,971. The current, the 75% adjustment on the house makes it $70,474 assessed value.
Okay, which one are we doing? Yep, this one,
so this would be
That would be
parcel
on
number
18350.
18354,
18354,
Kelly.
yes. That's the first one.
Now, the other claim is
Let's
for,
go ahead
oh,
and
sorry.
act on this one.
So I'll motion to approve the assessor's recommendation on that property ID number.
Second?
Thank you, Bill. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Osborne.
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Hoagland, Omenauer.
Yes, okay, go ahead, Ann. Which one
All
are
right,
you on
this
now?
is Irregular Tract 1, except Irregular Tract 2 in 2394 for MDK Farms. And this was two machine sheds that sit off to the side west of the house. One was a Quonset and the other was a Lester building, fairly new. The Lester building was totally destroyed. The Quonset was not touched. So we are losing one building, so that changes the value of the property from $163,240 to $24,508. There again, the new building's gone, the old one's still sitting
Still
there.
there, okay. So this would be on property ID ending with 97464.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Walsberger,
Yes.
Milburn, Omenauer.
Yes, and the last one then. We had three.
No, two.
And there
I
was.
have three.
There's
The
only
I
two
have-
claims for MDK Farms.
83061.
MDK Farms has another claim, but it's in a different folder because it's in Lushton.
Okay.
Is it,
83061.
yes, that's right.
Alright.
That's an improvement on leased land in Lushton. But it is MDK Farms, yes.
Okay.
Yep, so you're right. I just
So you want
have,
That's
hand
fine.
it?
We'll go. Okay.
there's the pictures.
You want to hand
This, Abby Cleaver, her husband had a grain site in Lushton Village on the old railroad right-of-way. And there's two parcels there. One was grain bin sitting on other person's ground. It was sitting on the railroad right-of-way. And then Abby had a piece that's on her own parcel in lot 6 through 10 in Lushton Village. In
For that.
MDK Farms, they had a bin, steel grain storage bin average, destroyed by storm, will not be replaced. Grain bin, steel grain storage destroyed by storm, will not be replaced. One grain bin, grain storage, 10,000 bushels, survived storm, still usable. So the biggest bin was okay. So this value then changes from 82,945 to 40,847.
Okay.
Motion to approve the assessor's valuation on that property.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Bill. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Walsberger,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Milburn, Omenauer.
Now
Yes.
we have one for Abby Cleaver.
Yes. Yes.
And it's in that same location, but this is on her own property. So she had a steel grain bin, 37,800 bushel, destroyed, will not be replaced. And another one, 37,800 bushel, destroyed by storm, will not be replaced. So that one value went from $48,083 to $453.
Okay. Land.
Motion to approve recommendation of the county assessor.
Thank you, Bill.
Second.
Thank you, Daniel. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Walsberger,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Milburn, Omenauer.
Yes. Staying with the theme of Lushton.
Fred Weiser.
Yes.
He had a bin destroyed and damage to his house. Windows broken, siding dented, garage was damaged. So I gave him 20% on the house. One bin is gone. It had a value of $420. So that means his value changed from $1,183,978, $1,161,010.
Motion to accept assessor's recommendation.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes. We got two properties for Glenn D. Ott.
Glenn Ott had two parcels. Let's go with statement 17544, which is south half of 2794. Storage bin destroyed by the tornado. So that removed,
Yeah.
there are other buildings at that site. That bin was worth $4,965. So that changed his value on that property to $1,922,606.
Motion to approve the assessor's valuation of the property.
Second.
Thank you. Any other
It was
discussion?
$1,927,564.
What figure is that, Ann?
Hmm?
What figure did you just say there?
That was what was before.
That's what the previous value was. I didn't have it written down.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't see that.
We
Okay.
have another claim now for Glenn.
Oh,
sorry.
hold on. Lunchtime, we got another hour yet. Okay, gentlemen. Did we have a motion? Okay, all right, see, I'm catching. All right, roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Coleman, Coleman.
Yes, okay, now on parcel number 2.
Okay, parcel number 2 is 192,842. This is another set of grain bins that were totally destroyed by the tornado, and the house that sits on this parcel was almost destroyed too, but they didn't file a claim, so I don't know. Here's the bins.
Okay? Yep, we just seen that picture.
So that value went to $507,000 for the buildings and the land, down to $489,845, which is just the land value now.
Motion to accept.
Thank you,
Second.
thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Coleman, Coleman.
Yes, on to Morris Peters.
Morris Peters lives on the county line. I think that must be where it came into the county. He had a 10,000 bushel bin destroyed, a 40 by 40 barn with a machine shed, 20% on the machine shed in the house. The barn was roof damage. He lost a piece of his roof
Okay,
and dent. So it changed his value to, from $1,101,776 to $1,086,025. And there's Mr. Peters' property.
Motion to accept.
thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Coleman, Coleman.
Yes. Stacy McCoy.
Stacy McCoy is the, she's handling the Ulmer family farms. So this is Lorraine Ulmer's property, south of Lushton. He had quite a lot of outbuilding damage to his house. All of the outbuildings have been destroyed except for the Quonset. The house had at least 20% damage. It's damaged on two sides.
Okay.
So that changed its value from 469,251 to 444,864.
Okay.
A lot of the buildings that were destroyed didn't carry any value.
Motion to accept.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second?
Thank you, Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Holgren, Olmert.
Yes. Scott Ulmer.
Scott Ulmer had a house damaged by the and lost his attached garage. Now, the garage had a value separate from the house of $14,900. The house had damage on the one side, a couple of broken windows. He states tornado took off the garage, blown out 6 windows, roof damage, roof shingles needed replaced, carpet damaged, and 40% of the house outbuildings damaged. 2, I don't know what that means. Siding completely off, 2 sides of house, 2 mature trees uprooted, house building ceiling drywall buckled in the bedroom. Total damage is 35 to 40%. Well, I can't do too much about the inside damage. That's personal property. The outside damage was the garage was destroyed, the siding. So again, 20%. This is a very expensive house, so it takes quite a little to make 20%. So it changes the value from 274,528 to 219,430.
Okay.
Motion to approve the assessor's valuation.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Bill. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Sykes,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Holgren, Olmert.
Yes. Leo Siebert.
Leo Siebert lost 4 grain bins. And so they were destroyed, so that changes his value from 212,444 to 205,928. Did you see the picture? Okay.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Holgren, Olmert.
Yes. Donald Luby.
Mr. Luby lost multiple buildings, 4 grain bins, 2 machine sheds, a barn, a garage, and an outbuilding, plus damage to his house. I'll send around the pictures and the aerial photo of the property. You can see which buildings I X'd out. A lot of the buildings had very little value because they were old. Grain bins have a tendency to just
Oops.
kind of get less and less. So we removed $690 for machine sheds, $6,625 for a grain bin, $2,080 for a grain bin, $1,179 for a grain bin. And 20% on the house changes its value from $612,619 to $589,013.
Thank you, Ann.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Daniel. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Holgren, Olmert.
Yes. Jody Klepper.
Jody Klepper lost a grain bin, a chicken house, which had no value, 2 grain bins that were totally destroyed. I'm sorry, 1 grain bin completely gone, 2 grain bins damaged beyond repair, roof siding, fascia, gutters, and damaged, all other outbuildings damaged. Insurance were probably total 4 structures and repair everything else. She had only, I could see only 2 grain bins were assessed, the other 2 were not assessed. So, her value changed from 139,655 to 124,038.
And that was 20% on the house, or
Yes.
what? Okay.
Yeah. And while I was there, I picked up all new siding that was damaged.
Okay.
Motion to accept.
Thank you, Daniel. Second it. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Overmark,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Yes, yes, and yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on to Mr. Wellman, Jeff Wellman.
Jeff Wellman lost 3 grain bins. Large grain bins. The value of what was $1,135,766. The new value is $882,482, which is the value of the land only. 1 grain bin was blown across the road. So,
Things just aren't very strong without crops in them, are they?
Right.
and I noticed that some of these bins that are being destroyed were really older. They were pretty rusty. I don't know if they'd been used or not.
Sure.
Okay,
Wonder if you can set that up.
No tall, skinny ones, though.
All right. Ha, ha.
Okay.
what's your wishes?
Move
Oh.
to accept the assessor's valuation.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Holden, Baumsberger,
Yes.
whatever.
Yes. James Bulgren.
Jim Bulgren, Southeast Quarter, accept irregular track 2 of 3310-1. He lost 3 grain bins, which have been all the improvements on that parcel besides the house. So, took his value from 939,268 down to 936,740. These grain bins out there were the ones that were destroyed.
On the west side of the property.
Here's a picture of the bins.
You want another picture? Okay.
Just got a little dent.
Just real quick.
Motion to accept.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Bill. Any discussion? Roll call.
Brooks,
Yes.
Baumsberger,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Holden, Overmark.
Yes. Dave, Ruben, and Rupert Pullen.
We have David, Rupert, and Reuben Bloom. They lost 2 grain bins. And these buildings are improvements on leased land. The land belongs to somebody other than the Mr. Blooms. So that took its value from $54,203 down to $40,234.
Okay.
The bins were worth almost $14,000.
Okay,
Motion to accept.
thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Baumsberger,
Yes.
Holden, Overmark.
Yes. Calvin and Brenda Friesen.
Mr. Friesen Our property has significant damage due to the calamity of hail and wind occurring 6/7/22. Dwelling suffered window, roofing, and siding damage. Other buildings had door, roofing, and siding damage. See attached. All the other, the barn has no value. The shed, this metal building had some dents in the roof, but it didn't go through the roof, so I'm giving him 20% on his house. So that's, his value is $215,246, changes to $179,484.
Motion to accept.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Holden,
Yes. Nathan and Jacqueline Lucas.
Okay, this is Nathan and Jacqueline Lucas. They live here in town, 526 West 6th Street. Roofing, siding, windows, and screen porch and shed. Okay, they have an older home that has the particle board siding. I guess that's what you call it. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, it sustained a lot of damage like your house did with on the edges. You can see on the edges where it's ripped off. And on the broken windows on the one side, there were holes in the screen. Again, I gave the 20% on the house. That took the value from $47,147 down to $38,272. Again, you want to remember, we're talking assessed value, not insurance.
Right.
To approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Foster,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Holden,
Yes. York Farm Supply.
All right, they filed a report on a building, 24 by 42 building, picked up, moved over by the city's drainage ditch out at the Y. This building was a half of a Quonset upside down for a shelter for a truck or whatever, so it had no value, so there's no adjustment to this proposal.
Okay.
So we would want to
I guess,
denial or,
except her.
Except I
except-
am recommending no change.
right, yeah. So accept no change on
Yeah.
this, on the recommendation of the county attorney, assessor.
Second.
Yes. Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Brooks,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Holden, over.
Yes. Stan Clutie.
Stanley Clutie had hail damage to the roof, siding, gutters, and broken windows. And I have a picture here showing the broken windows in the front of the house. Some hail damage on the siding. The garage doors, I didn't see any dents like there were on some of the other doors.
Okay.
So I gave a 20% adjustment. This takes the value from $86,954 to $71,449.
Okay.
Motion to approve assessor's evaluation.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Holden, over.
This is Darren's.
Yes. Last one. Darren Groats.
Darren Groves reported destroyed 2 grain bins and a
Sorry.
conveyor. So this changed his value from $982,030 to $958,660, which is land only, no improvements anymore.
Okay.
Motion to approve the assessor's evaluation.
Thank you. I'll second it. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Overmeyer,
Yes.
Brooks,
Abstain.
Holden, and Foster.
Yes.
Okay, that takes us to discuss an act on tax roll correction.
Okay, now we're gonna add value to the county tax.
What a novel
Way
idea.
to go.
This is very unusual, I had 6 exempt properties sell to a tax-paying individual.
Hmm.
And when an exempt property sells before levy setting date, now this is the law, it goes back on the tax roll from the first of the year. So in order to get these into the tax roll for '22, we're going to make corrections, changing them from exempt to taxable. So, I have a property in Lot 1, York Industrial Park, that sold. It had been exempt, and now it will be $90,559. Oh, that's number 50. I'm not going in very good order.
That's all right.
All right, number 45, Freeman Rentals bought a lot in York Industrial Tract, and that will go on the tax roll for $106,856. Matthew Clark and Stephen Gherkin bought a parcel in Waco, and they're building storage units there. Currently, the value is just for the land, but it will be more when the storage units are done. $4,219. Justin Bromstead purchased a city lot from the village of Gresham. He is building storage units in Gresham. There'll be $5,500. The land right now is $5,515. Stamp Properties purchased a lot from the village of Bradshaw, and it will be $1,050. And then the number 50, which is the other lot in York Industrial Tract, for $90,559.
Skip 48. Did you skip 48?
48 is Big in Investments, added $20,022, no, 22 value, added 214,311.
Okay. There are tax roll corrections 45 through 50.
I'll probably make up what we lost, right?
Yeah, that sounded anyway.
Okay, you got
All
that.
that couple of those are pretty good. Okay, go ahead.
I already heard it.
Move to approve the recommendation of 27. That's correct.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Fosberger, Sykes,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Hogan, Overmeyer.
Yes, and a couple questions.
Yes,
If a property had, like a homestead exemption, are they still, obviously, they still applied for something like this? Okay. Now, if somebody, you know, obviously, we did what we could do. I think as I looked through this, I know there were some people through my shop that I told about this. I see their names in here. If somebody had more property, for instance, we know in the Lushton area, was hit
They
very,
can
very
no-
hard.
no.
They can apply for it, but that property, if they don't do any changing,
Yep.
will get reassessed.
yes. They should be sure and tell me though, so I don't miss any of them.
Right.
Because you know, we're going to be in a transition period here, and we need to keep up to date so I don't miss something when I turn this over to the new county assessor.
Right,
If there is damage lost by anything, or this, you know, they should tell the assessor so that the new value can be created for that taxing period.
right. They missed the deadline for this, but let you know.
We can
anyway.
still take off for 2023. We can't take it off for 2022 anymore,
Right.
but we can take it off for 23.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, you said that now, if these improvements aren't done by the first of next year,
Mhm.
then some of those you said they were not going to replace.
Yeah.
So that won't change
Those
that
are
evaluation.
destroyed, they're gone.
They're gone, so
Yeah.
that just will
Yeah.
be off the
Right.
evaluation.
Right.
If they do replace it by that time, it'll be added back on.
Yes. Yes, these will be maintained in this file for the new county assessor, and he can check them.
Okay, also-
Another note, I don't know if you know that the city annexed a parcel of ground the other night, out here across from Hitz's. They're in that, where they're
Where
building
the new
that new
building.
building, they brought that parcel into the city limits.
Okay.
So we'll have that addition probably next time.
Okay.
For the tax roll, because we need to get it in before the 18th of August.
Okay.
I've noticed, I've talked to some people that said that they've been talking to the contractors that they've hired to do like roofing and siding, et cetera, et cetera. And some of these contractors are saying that we probably won't get to that work until next year.
That's correct.
So that'll
Yeah.
delay
It's
it to another year.
January 1 is assessment date.
Yeah.
Period. So, however the property sits on January 1 is how it will be assessed for '23.
Okay, okay. Makes sense.
I haven't heard anything on my adjustment. I'm gonna have to call the insurance man, I guess.
Yeah, stay on them.
I will.
Okay. Anything else? We are adjourned. Thank you, and for everything you did.
Yep.
Your,
Probably get into
yeah.
trouble for
your
it.
new assessor was watching, by the way.
He was?
He was,
Okay,
because he
okay.
was commenting.
Tell him I'll keep this folder for you.